Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk about our last discussion topic this week. Um, it's, I know it's over JSON, JSON, not really sure how to pronounce it, um, but a programming language that's widely used, especially in non-SQL databases. And for that, it's generally because the program itself is derived from JavaScript, which I know using websites and technology, everyone knows that there's some form of JavaScript or some application part of JavaScript in the website that you'd be using. And many languages use it because it has a low learning curve. It's really simplistic. It only uses objects and arrays to store data and only has strings, numbers, true, false, and null as values. So it's not really complex in that term. And additionally, because we see it online so often, that's because it's used to really serialize and transfer data over network connection. Again, back to my point earlier that using websites, it can always say like a JavaScript or something like that update or some form of that with that language. Um, Besides that, it's generally an independent language that's used in a lot of other ways. Um, and it gives more flexibility in comparison to other languages. Um, Many developers use either that or XML for their websites. Uh, and in terms of, data management, there's a lot. I linked some government data sets that use JSON as one of the export materials in order to share the data with you. And that just goes over life expectancy rates and things like that. But most of the time it's used because it's, again, simplistic. It's easy to learn in terms of generally like the programmer who's trying to create the data and store the data set if they're building it from scratch. And on top of that, it's generally, because of its simplicity, used in multiple avenues, bringing it back to my earlier point of it being, widely used on websites and everything like that. I also linked the website I used. It's like W3 resource. In order to kind of learn a little more about JavaScript, and it has a couple examples of JavaScript in comparison to SQL and its uses as well, even in comparison, and the integrations it has with APIs as well. So just kind of wanted to go over that and kind of give that basic rundown. I'm sure everyone is also probably a little more well versed than I am in this aspect, but it is nice to kind of get a general understanding of why that similarity is in a lot of those websites. I know personally I see stuff about JavaScript and similar things derive from that constantly, so it's kind of interesting to learn a little more background information on that as well.